set everything up right now. Just make sure we're good to go. All right. I have my chat ready on my phone right now. Now I just need to change my title. So, Pentest in a nutshell. Windows information gathering. Hackthebox. There we go. Single game software and game dev. And now let's go here. Let's change our YouTube one as well here. So grab that real quick. Sorry. Oh wait, no. How do I unpin? How do I unpin this thing now? Unpin this message. There we go. Thank you. All right. The stream has been made to. Okay, this is way too small right now. There we go. Pentest in a nutshell. Boom. Copy that. And I want to change this here. Just get rid of all that. There we go. Put this in. And then the description as well has got to change here. And this goes in. And then I think we're good now. Yeah. Save that. And let's just check if the YouTube stream is working fine. And see if the chat is working fine as well. And then after that we can go ahead. Chat test. See if I can see that on my phone. There we go. Perfect. We are good to go. Yeah. All right. Let's make my chat a bit bigger here, and then we'll start. See over here. Right, we're good to go. Let's get started then. So the Windows information gathering section of this year, starting with the Windows part of this module. For Windows targets, the process is very similar to what we did previously. Okay, again, a typo in the first sentence here. Come on, it can't be that difficult to fix those, man. All right, we could use a map to obtain an essential overview of the target. However, Windows differs from Linux in the set of default services. Typically, RDP and SMB are active. These services allow standard users to access shared servers while enabling administrators to manage them. As always, we begin with the information gathering stage. So again, it's the same thing here, information gathering. We begin by using a map with the options to scan without ping. Use the without ping flag, all ports, -p-, capture the version of the service version with the standard scripts for the respective services and each read speed. So basically just a normal scan here, sudo and map -p -sd -c-v5 and then -t5 or IP-t5 and then pn to not ping. And normally if you want to save this as well, you would say OA to output all formats, and then like I forgot what else you put in there, but yeah, you use OA for all formats. As a matter of fact, let's Put that over there. And let's run a map while we're we can run in the box here. We can run a map. Okay, I actually don't need the IP just yet. I need the command. I could do that myself. Sudo map dash sc dash sv dash vv for verbosity dash oa, and then our IP here, or n dash b dash, and then our IP, which is we got that there. Is that not the right? Hold up, I think I might have gotten this wrong here. The syntax sudo nmap dash p dash dash sv dash sc. So not what maybe I got. Go with it. Go with the ports first, maybe. Dash p dash. Failed to resolve Z code IP force. Failed to resolve decode supposed IPv4 source address v. Hold up. No, okay, there's the box. So, okay, so you know what? I'll use this here then. And now it won't paste. Great. There we go. So I don't know why it errored out the first time here. pn to remove ping. Get rid of this here. Alright, sudo nmap dash b dash sv sc. Our IP is different, so I'm just gonna get it from the top. No need to go and copy and paste it again. So 10.129.231.328.t5, which is just gonna make it very aggressive. Keep in mind though that if you run it with T5, you might miss some things in a real situation or in a different box. You might miss things. So if you have time, then you don't want to run T5, but for the sake of your module here, since it's doing T5, we're going to do T5 as well. So get it running, and it's actually going to run here. Actually, hold on, cancel that. Let me just also output it. So dash oa dash oa, and then scan. Here we go. Now it's gonna run. Just enter here to check. Okay, it might take a bit of time, so I'm gonna let it do its thing there. And in the meantime, I'm gonna continue. Let me just open this here just to make sure things running fine. It is running fine. Alright, cool. I'm just gonna let it run in the background. Slow the quality here, and let's go. So yeah, basic recon is running nmap first things first, and then we're gonna get our nmap results. The nmap scan reveals several open ports and services on a Windows Server 2019 machine, Win01. The machine is running SSH port 22, RPC port 135, NetBIOS port 139, SMB port 445, a Gitea web server on port 3000, and RDP on 3389. The SMB service indicates that the server is part of the HTB lab workgroup with message signing enabled but not required, a potential security concern. The Gitea instance on port 3000 appears to be a Golang based web server named Cubecase Gitea. Additionally, the system has RDP enabled with a valid SSL certificate. Notably, the presence of an SSH server alongside RDP is somewhat unusual. So yeah, RDP is basically used for remote desktop. So getting access to a PC, from not near the PC, which is the exact same thing that SSH is used for. So it's kind of weird that both of them running at the same time here. This is certainly a lot to process, so let us simply examine each of these ports one by one. First of all, the port TCP 3000 appears to be an HTTP server, which means we can use the browser to navigate to it and see what type of applications is displayed. Gitea is a lightweight, self-hosted Git service written in Go. It's designed as a painless, self-hosted alternative to GitHub, providing similar core functionality including repositories, issue tracking, pull requests, and wikis. Since it's open source and can be easily deployed, it's popular among development teams who want to maintain their code internally. So Firefox, that we don't have to do it in terminal. You could just go ahead and open up Firefox. My giving up on port because retransmission can't hit. Is it still running or? Yeah, it's currently running it. But because it's taking some time, and well, the section right here gives a huge giveaway that we have a web server running on port 3000, so we can just connect to it. Obviously that's not the IP here, my bad. Let me grab the IP from here. There we go. Okay, it's right here. Let's just grab it here. And now that we have the IP, I'm gonna go ahead and slap it into Firefox and end it with port 3000, so HTTP / our IP, and then colon with port 3000, and there we go. We have Cubecase Gitea, which is exactly the website that it told us about. Now, we see that again, it's a Git alternative, as we saw on Hackthebox in the literature there. Now let's see if it's going to tell us about version. So yeah, it's probably going to be a vulnerability related to the version. Maybe we're going to have to use Metasploit here to exploit this. Let's take a closer look. So taking a closer look, we can see at the bottom two very interesting parts. First, it reveals the version 1.12.4 of Gitea that is being used on the server, and the programming language Go with the version 1.14.8. So this is two potential vulnerabilities. We probably have to do some research on these versions here and see if there are popular exploit for these, maybe for an RCE or something like that, that can give us quick access to the server. As we discussed earlier, Gitea is a lightweight, self-hosted Git service written in Go. It serves as a straightforward alternative to GitHub, offering core functionalities such as repositories, issue tracking, pull requests, and wikis. Its open source nature and ease of deployment have made it popular among development teams looking to manage their code internally. SMB. Server Message Block is a network file sharing protocol similar to FTP on Linux system that allows applications on a computer to read and write files and request services from server programs. From a cybersecurity standpoint, SMB is critical because it is widely used in Windows networks for file and printer sharing. It has frequently been targeted by attacks such as those exploiting vulnerabilities like Eternal Blue. So yeah, Eternal Blue is a big one that exploited SMB. Proper security configuration of SMB is essential, as misconfigured shares can lead to unauthorized access, data breaches, and lateral movement within the network, making it a common attack vector for gaining initial access or escalating privilege in corporate environments. So now let's examine SMB using a tool called CrapMapExec. Now before we run that, obviously we're going to have to see if our Nmap scan is done, which it's almost done here, 86% done. Just a tad little bit more here, and then we're gonna be done. Let me just go to the toilet here while this is doing its thing, and let me run an ad on Twitch here while it's doing that. I'll be right back here. Hey Abgren, sorry, really badly timed ad. Sorry about that there if you've seen it. Yeah, let me just went to the toilet real quick here while this is running. It should be done in just a few seconds. Did see yet? Okay, perfect. I'll just go to the toilet real quick here while this scan just finishes up. Right, we're back. Sorry about that. Let's see how much time we got left on this here. Wait, what? Oh, oh, it's doing like different scans and stuff now. We got 40. Okay, it's just going up though. Time is going up, which is not ideal here. We might have to run not crap, crack map exec at the same time here. So I'll probably just hit up another terminal for that. I've actually never used this because, as I've said, I am kind of a big noob when it comes to Windows machines. So this is gonna be like popping a cherry for me here. All right, let's see. So dash S for help, dash E for version, or dash version for version, and T for threads, timeout, jitter interval, verbose, debug, no progress log, DNS, yeah, bunch of options. I don't really know what ones to use in what scenarios, but I'm guessing it's gonna break it down for us here, you know. So yeah, let's go. Oh, sorry, I can't speak. Crack map exec provides a huge set of modules for both enumerating and attacking multiple services. If you want to understand its full potential, we highly recommend you go through the using crack map exec module, which I'm guessing is like a tier 2 or something module. For our approach here, we'll focus on the SMB protocol, but feel free to try other modules against the target to satisfy your curiosity. Tier, probably tier 2, right? Yeah, tier 3 actually. I'm too broke to do that. It's like 500. Yeah, we don't have 500 cubes for that, man. Yeah, so grab my exec smb dash dash help, which is gonna display the the different options for using SMB with crack map exec here. Yeah, dash H for help, dash ID cred, database credentials to use for authentication. So password or username, password, Kerberos authentication catch. It has many different options as well. Let's specify SMB and set the IP address of a toy and see what it finds. So let's do crackmac x. You know what? Let me call it CME. CME. That's just way easier, right? Let's use CME here. There you go. Dash SMB, and then is my scan done over there? Okay, my scan is done over there. We're gonna launch this, and then we'll take a look at the nmap scan as well. So let's go to our target here. Okay, this is not a very lengthy one here, I guess. Yeah, I guess yeah, it's I guess this enumeration bit here is not very much in detail, so shouldn't take too much time with it. Correct my exec or CME. Yeah, gonna let that run there. Okay, that did not take a lot of time at all. Let's go up here. Let's see. So yeah, we'll find a lot of stuff. Again, I put it in verbose, so actually make this full screen for you guys. So we're gonna have a lot of verbosity here. So we have 22, 135, 139, 445 and 3000 open. And yeah, for port 3000, we see that it's TCP open and HTTP bad request, HTTP okay. Ted cookie, I like it there. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, again, lots of stuff here, really, to break down. Which, yeah, net bias domain name win01, target name win01, which is stuff that it did give to us earlier. Yeah, we have port 8000 as well, so HTTP. Oh, what if I go to port 8000? Is there anything there? I don't think there is, but still, just check it out here maybe. See if we find anything out. Yeah, it's an HTTPS server. Maybe if what if I change it to HTTPS? Do we do anything at all? Nope, just do that. There we go. See, advanced. Accept and continue. Okay, page not found. Okay, great, amazing. All right, nope, that's the wrong terminal here. There we go, this one. And yeah, some more ports, some more things here, lots of other things running. Yeah, I don't think this matters. Host script results, clock skew, SMB OS discovery. So yeah, that was for SMB. Maybe that's the same thing that crack map exec gave out to us here. So Windows Server 2019, computer name Win01, net BIOS, SMB security mode guest, account use guest, authentication level user, challenge response supported, message signing disabled, dangerous but default, message signing enabled but not required. Okay, maybe we can sign it with a guest to SMB or something like that. But yeah, it has many different options as well. Let's specify SMB and set the IP address of our target, see what he finds. So, whoops, an interesting discovery here is that SMB v1 is enabled. Is it enabled here? Let's see. Full screen as well here. There we go. So SMB, that's the IP, that's the port 445, maybe. Windows 01, Windows Server 2019 standard, name Win1, domain Win01, signing SMB1 true. Okay, so we are using SMB1. Okay. This is the oldest version of SMB and it's typically disabled by default. It is usually enabled on all the systems that do not support SMB v2 or v3. In large networks, this can indicate the presence of outdated systems, which may increase the likelihood of encountering critical vulnerabilities that have not yet been patched. Next, let's check if a null session anonymous login is possible while enumerating existing users using the -- users option. For this test, we will leave the options for user -u and -p empty. So let's check if a null session is possible while enumerating users using the -- users. So -u okay. All right, let's try that out. So we'll check if we could do an unauthenticated login or anonymous login. Let's see if we could do that. So let's slap that in there and then just swap our IP in for that. Sorry about that. There we go. Right. And just get rid of that. And our IP goes in. And then let's run it. Now while this runs here, we'll see. So Windows Server that, error emerging users using DCIP, trying with SAM RPC protocol. A process has requested access to an object but has not been granted those access rights. Alright. On the one hand, we're able to access the SMB service using a null session, yet we could not enumerate any users. On the other hand, if the guest account is enabled, we can try accessing without credential to enumerate a valuable share. Exactly. And that's what I thought about we saw the guest account was available for Nmap, so why not try it out without a password? For this, we will specify the user as guest and instruct crackmap exec to enumerate shares using the dash dash shares option. So this time around, we're going to go ahead and switch the user to guest, and we're going to try to enumerate the shares that we can access. That's so shares, and the user this time around is going to be guest. Hold on, what is yeah, it's guest, all small letters. Guest. So now, yeah, it's gonna enumerate the shares, and that's gonna give out the shares. So here it says that we have admin, C, devs, and RPC. I think yeah, C is a default share, and I think devs might be the interesting one here. I think this is the whole process here, right? Yeah, this is just showing the whole process, which is nice, I guess. That's a very nice thing. That's just showing you how to do everything here. Let's summarize the key findings from our Windows target and take notes of it. We have found that the target is running Windows Server 2019 standard. Actually, I don't know. Did I see that? Did I see that? Yeah. It's literally right there. It's literally right there. Several services were detected, including Githia version 1.12.4. Which were they? I don't know why I didn't open this on another page. Let's go back here. It's not HTTPS, it's HTTP here. There we go. Case, and let's see the versions real quick. So 1.12.4, and I cannot see because of the little notepad thing here. I think it's 1.14.8, which is exactly what we have here. So it's the same thing. SMBv1 is enabled, which is unusual as it's typically disabled by default and could indicate the presence of legacy systems, which yeah, we did have SMBv1. Anonymous null sessions was possible, but with limited permission. The guest account is active and could enumerate users or shares. Admin, remote admin, default share, custom share, and remote RPC. This is a great start, and results give us several ports we can use for initial access on the machine. Let's go to the questions now. How many TCP ports are open in total on the Windows target? We could just go ahead and check that out on our scan here. So I think there's a way to filter TCP with that, but you know what? I could just wait, hold on. LS here we should have scan dot so we're gonna cat scan dot nmap, and then we're gonna just grab, and we're gonna go TCP here. Okay, let me just do that and go TCP. Is it 2? There's only 2 ports, or I think we have more, but no, yeah, we definitely have more. Maybe it's like small letter TCP. Yeah, there we go. We have way more. There's a way to count lines as well. Hold up. I'm not gonna count manually. How to count lines Linux when repping. Let's just go for a quick answer here. To count the number of lines, the mention grep command. Use the -c. Yep, -ci. So -c. To count the number of lines here, so grep -c. Bang. We have 20. Hopefully that's okay. 2 0. No, not 20. Okay, so we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19. Is it 19? Is it 19, or can I count? Can I not count? Yeah, it's 19. Why did it how did it count 20 then? Oh, Oh, obviously it counted the first line. It counted that line as well. My bad. It counted the line up top, which yeah is not an open port. Moving on, what is the host name of the Windows target? The host name is, I think it's Win01 here. I think. Copy that. Slap that in there. Boom, very nice. What is the version of Git you're running on the Windows target? So we did see that as well. 1.12.4 is our version running, 1.12.4. Again, this is information that it kind of just spoon fed to us here. How many shares can you see on the Windows target? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 shares, including default shares or share. What is the name of the non-standard share? It's gonna be devs. Oh, what's the hint, by the way? Doesn't end with a dollar. Yeah, duh. All right, that was fairly nice and easy here, guys. Actually, a bit almost too easy, I'd say. You know, this was. Why are you so lazy? What did I do? What did I do that was lazy? Did you just type that, by the way, or did I just simply not see that? My bad if I did see that. Let's move on now. Not counting the lines. It's 20 lines. See, like, what if, you know, you want to, it's not about being lazy and not counting the lines. It's about trying to, you know, get a habit of doing something that will save me time in the future. Here, like in this example, counting 19 lines is fine, but what if I had to count like 530 lines? You know, that would have been not a lot of fun, especially if you suddenly forget where you are at like 300 and then you have to start over again. You know, like my keyboard would be going from my screen. So yeah, that's not something we are looking forward to do here, sir. All right, so now the second part, Windows initial access. Let me change my titles as well here real quick. So update titles. Whoop, 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 whoop. Windows information gathering, and we are also doing this now. Windows initial access. Bam, save. And let me update on Twitch as well. Definitely, but why would you have to count 500 lines? Because sometimes the try hack me questions are stupid, you know, like for example, if I was doing, I don't know, like an SQL thing and I needed to know like how many results there are or whatever. And I don't know that the Hackthebox sometimes is stupid and it will ask you the number of something in something and you will have to, you know, count the lines, and then, you know, having that knowledge is pretty cool, you know, unless you want to manually go and count those lines, then good luck with that. Let me change my title real quick here. Title, there we go. That, and then this is all here. Windows initial access. I should probably look at how to use my clipboard, but again, that's something I'm a bit lazy to do. Windows information gathering, and bam, bam. There we go, perfect. All right, now moving on to Windows initial access. Just let me get some water down my throat first. So, once we've gathered all the information, we can proceed to the exploitation stage. First, let's review what we've discovered so far. The target is running Windows Server 2019. Several services were detected, including Git here and this version of Go. SMDB1 is enabled, unusual, probably gonna be maybe the biggest vulnerability here. I don't know really, honestly, or maybe the one of these two versions. I'm guessing it's gonna be Git here version vulnerability here. Sorry. Anonymous null session access was possible, but with limited permissions. The guest account is active and could enumerate shares, admin, remote, devs. I'm guessing maybe the fact that if we can get access to the dev share, maybe there's gonna be some sort of login, like some sort of SSH login in there. So yeah, looking forward to see if we can get access to that. Although we completed the information gathering phase using crack map exec, that doesn't mean we have to switch tools. Let's continue using it and see what type of results we get. Okay, cool. SMB exploitation. SMB is a protocol that has been around for decades and has a history ripe with vulnerabilities. The infamous Eternal Blue vulnerability used to spread the WannaCry ransomware back in 2017 targeted and exploited SMB. Malicious actors have used this vulnerability to sneak into systems, spread malware, or even create botnets. Older versions like SMB v1 were especially leaky, lacking proper encryption and authentication checks. Over time, Microsoft patched things up, pushing SMB v3 with better security. Cool. If you remember, we found credentials on the previous Linux target for the user John with a password supersecure123. Yes, let's try them out and try to spider, the custom share devs that we have found. If the credentials are correct, it could reveal more information about the content in the share. So this is linked to, okay, these two boxes are linked, the Linux and the Windows one. Very interesting. I'm gonna go. Have a good stream. You have a great one, Abgrin. Thanks for coming by, man. I really appreciate you. And yeah, you have a great rest of your night, man. Bye. All right, crack map. I can't say this, man. This is crazy. Let's go back with crack map exec here, and I don't think the dot is part of here. I don't know. Is the dot part of here? In this case, the credentials will not belong with that. Okay, let's try that with a dot, and then we'll see. Okay, you know, we'll try it with a dot. Why not? We'll see if it does anything. If it breaks things up, then we'll try it without here. So let's copy that and go to the start, and then let's get rid of the IP here and replace it with ours. There we go. And let's go now. Alright, while that runs here. So we're gonna use user John and pause it super secure and spider devs pattern. So in this case, the credentials worked along with the spidering the custom share. This confirms that the credentials are correct and that the user John has read permission for the dev share. It also indirectly indicates that John is likely involved in development processes, possibly as a developer, administrator, or even a manager overseeing those processes. We should note this for later reference if necessary. Now let's specify the dev share and download the file tmp.ps1 that we found. The file extension suggests that it is most likely a PowerShell script. So let's go ahead and let's see here real quick before we do anything. So Windows Server Standard, Win 01, John Superior, start spidering, devs /tmp1. So yeah, we found this, done spidering, completed in that many seconds. So yeah, we found a tmp.ps1 PowerShell here. So we're gonna go ahead and grab that. So we're just gonna add this little bit right there to our previous one, except this time we're not gonna do that. Let's do this. There we go. We're gonna get file tmp.ps1 and I'm gonna save it as tmp.ps1. A process executed but not being granted to access rights. Why did I not get access rights for? Hold up, share dev. Oh wait, I didn't. I forgot this part here. Share. I forgot to mention I forgot to mention the proper share that we're grabbing from here. My bad. Let's just mention that right there. There we go. And let's enter. Now it should hopefully download it for us. And there we go. It was downloaded to tmp.ps1. So now if we list files, we find it right there. Very nice. Once the download is complete, we can inspect the script's content and see if there's anything interesting or useful for us. So let's get it on our machine. Get tmp.ps1. Now we're gonna look at it over here because it's actually gonna highlight the different things. So username is equal to Windows 01 John, password super secure pass123, which is what we already found earlier. Secure password is equal to convert to secure string, password as plain text force, credential, new object, system management, automation, ps1 credential. Have very little idea of what we're doing here, but I'm hoping it's going to break it down. Remote share, file server 01, shared folder, source file name, read host, prompt file, source file, remote share, source file name, destination file, temp, source file name, destination dir, temp. If not, test path, destination dir, new item path, destination dir. Yeah, maybe if there were comments here, you know, this would make more sense. But try new ps drive name. Okay, I hate reading through code, man. I absolutely hate reading through code. That's like my nightmare, honestly. So I'm just gonna go a bit further down here. At this point, we can see that the script contains hard-coded credentials, which is not best practice in production environments. See, like that's just about the only thing that I could understand here, the username and password. And then this is just very okay. I know this is like a try catch. Yeah, this is like a try catch bit of code, which I kind of did a bit of that on Python, and then I don't really know what exactly is going on though. However, this also suggests that a local user John might exist on the system, and these credentials could be valid. It highlights an issue of password reuse, which often occurs when employees do not use or are not provided with a password manager by the company. Memorizing complex passwords can be challenging, and many people opt for the convenience of using one strong password for everything. Even if employees believe they are unlikely to be hacked or that their password is strong enough, this false sense of security can lead to serious consequences. However, with these credentials now in our possession, we can try them against another service such as RDP. Also, we can check if they are valid by using a brute force tool called Hydra. Be aware that brute forcing in general is to be considered as a last resort due to the noise of the attack and a large number of alerts that will be produced in a hardened environment, which could lead to being banned from the network. But since we have a single set of credentials to verify, we can use it on RDP like so. So yeah, I'm gonna try that. So Hydra-L John, which I'm guessing username, -p super secure pass, and then RDP to our IP. So we're gonna just do this bit here, and then we're gonna change the last bit with our IP. So let's go down. There we go, and then our IP here is going to be, scroll up, and there is our IP. Copy it here and scroll a bit down. There we go. Now it's gonna try these here with RDP and see if we can get there. So one target successfully completed, one valid password found. So we can successfully RDP with this. I think we might use X3 RDP here to get in, maybe. As you can see, Hydra just confirmed that these credentials are valid, and we can use an RDP session to work on our target. Now let's jump to Git here. We will use MSF console again and search through the database for any known exploits. So MSF console, let me launch this on here actually, so I don't lose the other stuff that we've had over there. So MSF console -q for quiet launch. And while that's launching, so search Git here, which is just gonna search for different things here. Metasploit shows us 3 different exploits. Let's take a look at the second exploit with target as the with the target set as Windows dropper. So let's first get this. So search ETL, and then okay, it didn't. Let's see. Target Windows dropper. So we're gonna look at info 9 here. So it stays the same. Info 9. Let's see. So let's take a look here and see what the version it is efficient against. So info get here hooks remote code execution. So this is an RC exploit. Okay, Metasploit, excellent, rank excellent. Okay, provided by Christophe de la Fuente. Very nice name, man. Okay, stable, crash safe, repeatable session. So Windows dropper, check supported, yes. So okay, it can provide checks, and it does it say if there's a particular, it has been mitigated in version 1.13. What version are we running here again? 1.12. Okay, perfect. We are running a version that's below what has been fixed. This module has been tested successfully against Docker versions 1.2. Will disable get hooks set to false and on version. So it has been tested on version 1.12.6 on Windows. So versions prior to that should be vulnerable normally. So let's go ahead and let's keep going here, you know. And the description states that the vulnerability has been patched in version 1.13, which is higher than what we have found on our current Windows machine exactly. This indicates that our target might be vulnerable. In the options, we also see username and password are required, which yeah, we have, you know. So let's use that. Use 9, and then show options. Okay, I already kind of know the options, but still, you know, I just want to go over it again here. So we need the password, we need the proxy. So let's go ahead and I'm just gonna copy everything here. Set lhost to tunnel 0. Sorry about that. Just go down. Set lhost tunnel 0. There we go. So that's our current IP, perfect. And then set our host to, again, we want to use this time the IP that we have for our target. So okay, sorry about that. Let's close that here and let's refresh that so that we have a nice big full screen here real quick. So yep, that's, did not copy and paste that. So we're going to set our username to John, and then our password is going to be secure, super secure pass 123. Again, I keep thinking I'm in terminal, so I do Control-Shift-C instead of what I'm supposed to do here. So yeah, all right, password has been set to super secure pass 123. Now we're gonna run options again and double check if everything. Okay, wait, no, we forgot IP. We forgot the IP. It's, I think the IP is somewhere around here. There it is. So set the our host. No, where am I going here? Yep, set the our host. Is that not the correct? Is that not the correct way to do it? Set our hosts. Yeah, our hosts. To this, I forgot to get a 1 here. Yeah. So now that's our host, and then let's check our options. So show options. For some reason I can't tab autocomplete. Come on. Oh, that's because I'm in the wrong thing. God damn it. So I set the password. Yeah, I haven't set our host. And get the 1. There we go. And now show options. See if we have everything set up that we need. So yes, we have the password. We don't need proxies, so we're not going to use one. Our host is set. Our port is 3000, which is what we have been using. SSL no, we are using a plain HTTP website. Target URI baseball. Username John. And yeah, I don't know what this is here. The local port to listen on. Oh, that's local stuff. So the local host or network first to listen on this might be an address or the local machine or to listen on addresses. Yeah, that's fine. We could just leave that to base here. And then exit function, exit technique accepted. Yeah, it's not gonna modify any of this here, and we are using a Windows dropper because we are targeting a Windows machine here. So yeah, once we have set the options, we run the exploit against the target and see if it works. So run or exploit, whichever one you prefer. Now we'll see if it works, and now we're just gonna let it run, and we'll see that it is supposed to work here. Now we could drop into a shell over here, or again, we could have just used plain old RDP to log in. That would have been a lot easier if you guys would have liked to do that instead. Let's break down what happened above. First, we started a TCP handler that waited for a connection from the target. Then the exploit created a temporary repository, set up a malicious get hook, triggered it to achieve remote code execution, which resulted in a reverse shell connection. As a result, we now have a successful multi-operator shell running. At this point, we have several options for proceeding. Without diving too deeply into additional tools and their usage, let's connect directly to the target using RDP. So yeah, I don't think, yeah, we could just totally ignore everything else and just we could just forget about the whole Metasploit thing that we did up there, since we already tested for with I think we used Hydra to test for the credentials to see if they worked with RDP, and they did work with RDP. So as soon as we saw that, we could have just done X3 RDP and then this, and this is obviously our target, and this I think is the width and the height for the window that is going to open. This command will open a new window and show us the Windows desktop. After a quick partial command, we see that our RDP session is authenticated as the user John. Let's summarize everything that we've discovered. We found a Windows Server 2019 standard system with several vulnerabilities. The server was running an outdated version of GTA, which had a known security flaw. We discovered active users credentials for a user named John. The system had SMB John enabled and an active guest account, both potential security risks. We successfully exploited the GTA vulnerability using Metasploit to gain access. Finally, we established a more stable connection using RDP with the discovered credentials. Do I have to maybe I have to actually the RDP in using what is the host name of the file server discovered in the PowerShell script? Host name of the file server. Let's check the PowerShell script again real quick here. ls cat tmp. The host name of the file server. Remote share. Source file name, source file. What is the host name? The file server that you discovered in the PowerShell script. Host name of the file server. Okay, I need the host name of the file server. So I need a server name here. Hold up. If not, test path. Did they really expect me to read the code and understand what's going on here? Because yeah, it's kind of a want moment right now, man. Copy file from remote share. The host name. Is that the host name here? Win01 John. No. Okay, no, mine is not. Just check for spaces real quick here. No, nothing. Okay. Password super CQ123. New object system management. PS credential. Password. Remote share file server 01 shared folder. Hold up. Host name of the file server. Maybe that's that. Maybe that's that. That's the remote share. No. Shared folder. File server 01. What is the host name of the file server? I mean, file server 01 maybe? Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Alright, when was the Gitya hooks RCP vulnerability disclosed? Okay, when was that disclosed? I'm guessing this was somewhere in the yeah, let's see that here. Open link. Maybe it's here, the disclosure date. When was this disclosed? Modified, published, last modified. Maybe here. That's the date it was discovered. Year, month, date. So year. So 10 is gonna go here. 16 is gonna go here. 16 and 2020 here. Except this is gonna be a that. And this is gonna be a that. No. The Gitya get hooks also won't be disclosed. Just search this here. See Rapid 7 if it has any thing for us here. Disclosed. Okay, there's the disclosure date, so it's 10/07 is a disclosure date. There we go, nice. And then that's it. That's literally just it. Okay, so we gained access there, but we didn't even need to use our access. I'm guessing, you know, the initial foothold was just this part here, and now, yeah, the system enumeration is what we're gonna do now that we get access to the system. You know, we're gonna do more enumeration in the next part. Is my guess here, boys. But yeah, I'm gonna end it for now, actually, guys, and call it a day. I'll actually continue tomorrow now. I'll actually continue the rest of it tomorrow. Holy shit, you basically you're alive. I am still alive, and I am about to end stream and go to sleep, man. Literally just about to end stream, and you're catching us just now. But yeah, I am alive, man. Alive and well. How about you? I haven't talked to you in a while. 21:08 and sleep. I mean, I'm not really gonna sleep. I'm probably just, well, I'm gonna go take a shower first thing, and then maybe I'm gonna play some God of War before sleep, like maybe 30 minutes of God of War and then sleep. I bought a new controller, by the way. It's a Gamester Cyclone 2. I would have showed it to you, but it's I don't have my webcam on, so I can't really show it to you. Let me end the YouTube stream, because you know YouTube was all about this this hacky stuff here. So let me just end that stream. And yeah, everybody on YouTube, I'll see you for the next bit here, the Windows system animation tomorrow, or you know, whenever this week when we're down to do it. I'll see you then. Until then, take care, guys. Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.